right. Well, this is going to be my first episode. I'm pretty excited to get this going. This is going to be my first episode of, I want to call it a podcast. I don't know if I want to call it that yet, but I'm going to call it that anyway. My atomic podcast. I don't know. I'm going to work on the name. You'll see the real name in the title. But anyways, let me get straight to the point. What I want to talk about. I was just watching this video from Coach Pierre Talks. It came out of the blue. I was watching some other video about NCAA 06 this morning. Then the small channel, I wasn't subscribed to, but now I am, because it was a pretty good, thorough go over of what I'm about to bring up here. When did sports video games stop teaching? And he made some, excellent points in the video. I want to make sure I put the link in the description. And I like the way he presented the argument as well. When did they stop teaching? And it's, how do you go about talking about this? Because it's been a beaten horse over the last 15, 20 years since YouTube dropped. Man, I remember following sports news the same time I was following COD news on YouTube. Now it's probably the worst way to follow it, but to keep it on topic about sports, I remember following the Sim Standard. Yeah, that's an old one with fucking Gideon, Smitty, and Ryan Moody. Yeah, and Ryan Moody's, I think, still making content, but Ryan Moody's it's still going strong with critiquing Madden, and I'm all for it, man. I have no qualms about it. But to get to the point, this stuff has been talked about so much ad nauseum. But I'm not criticizing it because it's been talked about so much, and it's finally has gotten out there a little bit. And when I mean a little bit, it still hasn't reached the average person, if that makes sense. Everybody knows Madden 20 right now is trash. You can't learn fuck all from it. You can't learn jack shit from current day Madden at this moment. And also, that also goes to show, old Madden wasn't the gold standard, as we say. Same with even NFL 2K5. Even though that one was a better game, had more in-depth, it had more features. And I remember it had its own little section, how old Madden used to have Madden 98 on PC and Madden Limited Edition for DOS. It had a separate CD, whereas like Madden University, and I'd love to try to get that clip. I know I recorded it because I'm working on something right now regarding Madden, but it went over definitions and plays and everything you can think of about Madden. It's pretty cool because I'm looking at it as pretty cool and excited to talk about it because I'm revisiting it now at a more mature state, and I'm like, wow, these games were actually teaching you something. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool opinion to have on it and observation, because then when I was doing more research into it, this was not now, but before I'm working on this little project for Madden, that's how the game intended to be, and that's how John Madden wanted it, and Trip Hawkins wanted it as well, the founder of Electronic Arts, for whatever you want to call Electronic Arts today. Excuse me, I take a drink. And yeah, it's very eye-opening when you actually take a look back at old Madden. And I could tell you exactly. So I'm going to get into it right now. I'm not going to beat around the bush or anything. And I'm going to straight shooter, right? About this. Video games stopped, sports games that is, stopped teaching the game of football because money prioritized over whatever they were trying to do back then. Because and it's tough to say because I'm not a developer, and I don't want to say they don't care about the game now, because I feel like Madden now looks good and they're putting effort into it, but it's all vanity. At least that's the opinion I'm going to go for that, without criticizing too much on what's already technically been said, because MUT and all this other stuff and franchises nowhere close to even what Madden 25, whatever, 13. Oh man, I don't know the naming schemes for just that particular Madden, because now we're past 25, but I'm not talking about 20. I'm talking about 360 Madden 25 with Barry Sanders on the cover. But that's more in depth than what the game we got now. So it's the prioritize of money, and the average consumer isn't smart. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people ain't gonna like it when I say it, but regular people, they just want to put the game in, turn it on, and play it. And I vaguely remember that when I grew up around the heyday of Madden, no one really cared about all the extra stuff. And now that I'm revisiting Madden and seeing all the cool items and stuff and teaching things they had in it and what John Madden put in it, especially with, I believe, I might be a little wrong on it. I should know it because I've been doing some research on it. The older PS2 Maddens had a training mode where Madden walked through the plays, and I definitely remember 07 had the training videos and stuff like that, and 05 and had different things like that. But off the top of my head, I can't really remember. But the average person didn't really care about that, and I don't remember that being a focal point when growing up with Madden, because it was still a very social game. It still is, right? But my friends didn't really care about that stuff, and I never brought up that I kind of liked watching it a little bit, because they just wanted to play, and that's how the average consumer is. And now they're taking more advantage of that, and then also adding the gambling aspect with MUT cards. It's gambling. I don't care what anybody says. It is 100%. But that's where we've gone wrong with sports video games right now. Is they're over monetized, rising costs and development. They're taking advantage of the consumer. I mean, who blames them? I mean, they're still buying it. We're having that same problem with Call of Duty as well. It's not the greatest product what it once was, and we're only at fault for it. But the company is also at fault too. That's how I at least view it as well. But and then on a second point, I don't think we're gonna get back to how it was, or the experimental feel for sports gaming as a whole, because now it's very centralized. There's not too many companies making it. I think Sony's only making baseball. 2K's not doing it anymore. EA's only doing NHL and NFL, and 2K's only doing basketball. We're not going to have the big wide range of games and have competition like that anymore. The leagues aren't allowing it, but the leagues want to focus more on sports gambling. Go figure. Huh? Yeah. So, as much as I want this take to age like milk, I do. Most people will probably like take it down or edit it or whatever, but for saying something wrong. But that's my hypothesis. That's the right word. Am I using that the right way? I don't know, but that is my opinion. We're not coming back to those days. Ain't happening. It's set in stone. The MUT cards are the way it is. Online for what it is what it is. And now Madden has seasons. Like it's Fortnite or Call of Duty. Yeah. And then I remember even seeing a battle pass in NHL 25. Yeah, man. Sports gaming's cooked. It's cooked. So, then this video. Man, when did it stop teaching? Well, when alright, hold on. There might you're probably it probably clicked off by now, but when did it actually stop teaching the game? Very simple. One, the next gen, when Xbox One and PS4 came out, they retooled because NHL had the same problem as well. They reset NHL 15. That was a dumpster fire. And then, of course, they reset Madden with the franchise and gutted that. So that next generation kind of jumped it a little bit right there. That's one. Two, MUT, Madden Ultimate Team, NHL Ultimate Team, all that. I know I'm talking about different sports games, but it's all intertwined. Whatever. It's all EA, right? That fueled it. They have analytics on it. They have numbers we ain't seeing. We don't know how much per year they make. I think estimated $1 million, whatever. I don't know. Look up the numbers yourself. I'm not going to put them in there. Maybe I might put a link in there. But MUT makes money. It's showing it. Even though the loud minority don't like it, the silent majority are buying it. They don't care. And they look at people like Ryan Moody as crybabies, which is stupid because they're just the pay pigs. Eat up your goy slop, buddy. So the general consumer is just as stupid. And then that goes into number 3. General consumer's retarded. Is what it is. We've all been there. We've all partaken in our slop ways, you know what I mean? So the big companies are taking advantage of that. And yeah, that's pretty much my three top right there, just keeping it completely honest. And then as a little bonus, just kind of to put my opinion on it, I would love to see sports video games go back to how they used to be. And what's even wilder about how they were back in the day, and some of the forum stuff I could find on sports video games, people bitched just as hard as they do today. And today's even louder. And if nothing has changed by now, we're just not going to get those days back again. But I'd love to see them. So, best piece of advice I can give you is to actually learn the game. I know I've watched this somewhere. And whoever, if that one person who is listening to this all the way through, who I share this in the Discord with, maybe learning or being the coach of the game and actually learning it in real life and going to talk to people about the game, maybe that's how we can get back to football and teaching it the correct way without a screen or an assistant doing it as of now, as of this current year. Because I feel like John Madden and Trip Hawkins, their vision did succeed at that time. I feel like also as well, anecdotally, the vision of teaching the game succeeded during my time growing up with Madden, between Madden 01 through Madden 09 as a kid. It taught me the game, not in depth, but it worked. But I feel we need to get the personal aspect back to the game. And hell, I even think if we can get more people to play head coach, even with its flaws, head coach is 1. I call head coach 1 for PS2, and then head coach whatever 08 or the next one for 360. And just play it, without interference or opinions or anything like that. Maybe we get back to it, Maybe it's going to have to just be a grassroots movement, and people who love football, well, you really don't even have to tell them to keep doing this because they still love the game. They still watch it. Maybe not current day. I can still at least say for myself, I love what the game used to be. I don't like what it is now. But we can still appreciate football for what it is. And there's still, even though it's a small segment, there's still enough people out there, I think, still love the game and learn the game. Just don't think it's going to be a mainstream appeal. It's kind of stuck in its ways right now, unless something completely overhauls or the right people get in there. But the gaming industry is already cooked, depending on what company it is, of course. But we got activists in there. They're just shoveling. They'd rather put them goofy slogans in Madden than fucking actually teaching someone how to play the game or learning the actual game of football, which is just terrible, man. I don't care whichever way you think about it. That's my opinion. All that woke garbage that's in Madden doesn't even need to be in it, because there's little sprinkles of that bullshit in there. But that's all I got. My rant. It's my video. I want to say video. I should put my video comment reply / podcast. How just shooting shit. Some things I like. And if you made it this far, well, you know what to do. I ain't even gonna say it. Keeping this very personable, as I say, right? But those are my inner thoughts. That's how I feel. And maybe I might make a part 2. I don't want to promise a part 2, but maybe I might actually sit down and just write bullet points and go over what's already been said 500 times. Maybe just say it in my own way without having to do too much research on it, because I already know at the end of the day, the great days are over. But they're never over if you emulate and watch good channels that still love the game, or at least appreciate what the old game once was. But yeah, that's all I got. And that will be it. Alright, just adding a little bit more to this video, because I got some Madden gameplay in the background as well. I know, I ended it. Technically, the whole video is over, but it ain't over. I just want to go over a little bit about the channel, probably timestamp it right here, right in a split point, and then because I don't really have too much else to really say. I gave my piece about Madden and everything. I want to do it, but I'm liking how I'm going to do this channel. I really am, and just kind of just throwing out in the air, kind of the plans I have for it. So I think I've said, I don't know if there's anybody even fucking following what I'm doing, right? But I have this goal for at least the scope of the channel. Is I want to keep it as minimal editing as possible. The most editing I'll gonna do my best, at least for this side of the channel, because this is my extra channel, is at least cut out where I hit start and hit pause, right? And cut out menus, things like that, if I'm gonna do some gameplay. I want to try to edit up my Call of Duty videos I have for Modern Warfare 19. I have a little bit of an opinion video on that. And I also have this big project I really want to get done this year. I don't know if that's gonna make it. Don't know if I can complete it this year. But maybe if I sit down and just grind it the hell out, I can get it done on my days off. Right? Is I want to play every single Madden, and when I mean every single Madden, I even bought a specialized computer for global VR Madden, not virtual reality. That's what the company was called, Global VR, for Madden 05 Arcade. But it's like Madden Arcade Season 1, but it's really Madden 05, and it's like souped up. It's like a mix between the PC version and the console version. It looks really slick, and I remember playing it at a bar in Texas, and that's where one of my favorite Maddens, even though it's very simple to play. In terms of what I'm talking about with playing it, right? When I played it in an arcade. But I'm trying to get to work, emulator-wise. And it's a pain in the ass. It's kind of holding everything up. But I'm not really in a rush to get it out. I'm at this point now, when I make things, I want it to be, from my point of view, I've kind of got over that. I'm tired of being the viewer, and I want to do my own. At least while I'm still young, which age doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But at least in my eyes, anyway. While I'm still young enough, and I'm at the perfect mindset and mind frame to do this type of stuff now that I'm fully an adult, I guess, in a way. You want to say that? I want to get back to the creative side from how I first started doing it when I was a teenager, just making videos, right? But that's my goal. There's at least just I want to make one, and then also I have this other that came out of the Madden vision, and then also it came from playing. I played the original Modern Warfare trilogy on this channel as well, my live streams, which you can view that as well. I want to make a super cut of Call of Duty, all the missions together, and try to streamline it the best I can. I know someone's probably already dead, but I don't care. I want to record all the gameplay myself. I have an idea. I'm going to put instead of how I did it on live, because I pretty much just was achievement grinding and I played it on hard. But I want to play it on rookie and record it perfectly, continuously, which I know I could probably beat it in an hour or two playing it on rookie. But I want to do that type of video, but in a sports what's the channel called? I should know this off the top of my head, but I'm bad at remembering crap. Estimation video, if you ever seen one of those, or a John Boy's video on how he uses Google Earth. And there's other channels that actually do that kind of stuff, because it using Google Earth is a pain in the ass, because it's not meant to be used as a video editor per se, and it can take a little bit longer making videos, and like you can't keep saving projects on top of Google Earth. So you literally have to start from scratch every single time. So what I was going to do is I'm using Call of Duty project I want to do as a template to get practice at using it very well, because this Madden, I guess I want to call it documentary or retrospective, is going to take a long time, a very long time. And I know I'm not going to be able to play every single game, because I'm not buying Madden's, what is it, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, because I don't console game anymore. I do have a console. I have an Xbox One, but I don't have a Series X. I don't have a PS5. I don't plan on getting one unless, no, I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't want to say nothing out loud yet. In case I do get one, definitely not gonna be for this channel. what you think it's for. Anyway, now that I've gone straight PC gaming, I just don't really have much need for a console, and all the games are coming anyway, and anything Sony puts out, I think it's fucking shit anyway. I'll buy PS5 or PS6 when we start getting a new Crash Bandicoot game, probably Jak and Daxter, SOCOM, Resistance, Infamous, Days Gone 2, if that happens, right? But Blue Point shut down, so yeah. But at this point, I'm just rambling, kind of fill time. I don't have too much else to really talk about, but that's kind of the scope of this channel. I got those 2 big projects. I got some, I want to do some more NES games. I want to do I know I said at least on this side of the channel, I want to keep it as, not as, edited, right? But on my primary channel where I have the less videos, I want to do like skit type videos, right? But I don't know how I want to do it though, because I know at least one thing I don't have to worry about. And when it's grade being small, and I don't plan on myself getting very big. I don't think I am going to get very big at all. Excuse me. I'll still want to do it my own way. Like, I'm taking inspiration, right? But I still want it to be personable, right? Like, if you ever watched a show called Trailer Park Boys, I want it to be personable. Even though that show's still scripted, right? But it's a mockumentary type deal. I wanted to look like that. But I don't know if I want to invest in a camera for it, because I'm very stuck in my ways in this platform, as if you can tell, right? Because I have some modern tech, I have some really good tech, I have really good things I can stream. I can probably I stream in 4K anyway, right? I have a dual PC setup, but I love the classic way of how to do it. Like I want to take the modern technology, right, and use it with old tech. I find it so fascinating using stuff I couldn't get my hands on at that time when I was a kid. And I think there's still a niche for that type of stuff on YouTube, to where there's still a very tiny small minority that still wants real content, about yourself. That's not overly hyper over this world edited, like the best microphone, the best. I'm finally over that now. That's kind of, I feel like, my hump. Now I'm getting into full swing and just kind of putting up whatever I want, or I'm getting very comfortable using DaVinci. That's what I use for my video editing. I'm very comfortable with that. I'm possibly going to start, I might buy a license for it, because it actually has a very good high-res, like a really good high-res editor. And you can take old videos and spruce them up or make them look really good. I want to take my old videos as well and up-res them and put them on this channel and go over my old YouTube. That'd be pretty fun, with some gameplay or not, or whatever. But yeah, that's how I kind of view things. I also have magazines I'd like to go over. Reader mail. I think that's another cool idea. But I think, that's one thing also I kind of said as well. Like, I'm kind of over the fact that everything's kind of already been done under the sun, right? But I want to put my own view on it without being hyper edited, but then also have that other channel where I can kind of structure things and take my time with content, and I'm not out in a rush because all of it's been done before, right? But yeah, that's all I got. Another ramble, another extra 10 or 11 so minutes add on to this video. If you like this gameplay, I'm gonna probably also upload this same gameplay with the audio as well, because it was a good game. I had really fun, a blast playing Madden. And being older now, I appreciate it a lot more. But with that said, now I'm really gonna sign off, and Hope you enjoyed this podcast, game commentary thing, I guess you want to call it. But yeah, that's all I got. Have a good one, guys.
And we